Welcome to part 2 of my journey to a life after colitis, the road to recovery. I loved my time in Japan, but hospital left me so depleted I had to go back to New Zealand to fully recover. It was winter when I arrived home in New Zealand, and with 30 kgs less fat and muscle to insulate my body, I was freezing. The immunosuppressant drugs they gave me in hospital left me vulnerable to everything, even the common cold. So I spent much of the first few months at home, in bed, recuperating. In part 1 of the story, I told you about a book called Self-Healing Colitis and Crohn's by Dr. David Klein. Well, this book had become our Bible, and on top of that, we were having one-on-one consultations with Dr. David to keep us on track. Things were good at first. I was so grateful to be out of hospital. I lived at home with my parents, and my girlfriend Gina visited often. We were a whole food, plant-based household. I ate juices, smoothies, and steamed vegetables. Everyone ate what I was eating as a show of support, and they started to see health improvements as well. I'm going to be honest, even though I knew the whole foods plant-based diet has saved my life, it was hard to stick with. I had a victim mentality. I kept thinking, why me? Why can't I eat this or that? I thought of the vegan diet as something I only had to do until I recovered, and that I'd be able to get back to my old diet. So whenever I started feeling strong again, I'd give in to the cravings and allow myself to try small portions of meat, dairy and eggs, only to fall back into a relapse. It took an overnight stay in hospital before I finally understood that these things were actually the cause of my disease, and that to truly live a disease-free life, I would have to leave them in the past forever. The hospital gave me the reality check I needed. I did not want to spend any more time there. With the newfound motivation from my brief hospital visit, I started to see real improvements. I could eat more, so I returned to a healthy weight. I shed the victim mentality and took control of my own body using positive affirmations. I had energy and started getting into cycling for fitness. I loved to cook for my family and became the boss of the kitchen, experimenting with new recipes. I didn't feel restricted anymore. I was making delicious food and realized that there is an incredible variety in the plant kingdom. Check out our Instagram to see what I eat. Up until this point in my story, I was eating a plant-based diet to achieve optimal health, but I soon learned that there are other strong reasons to eat this way. Firstly, I watched an incredible talk on YouTube by Gary L.A.C. That opened my eyes to the injustice we inflict upon animals. And I understood that buying products containing animal ingredients, I was actually supporting this industry. So I started only buying cruelty-free vegan products. The second thing I learned about was the impact of animal agriculture on this planet. The documentary Cowspiracy, which I'll link below, does an excellent job at explaining how adapting a vegan diet is the single greatest thing any person can do for the environment. I decided that I wanted to learn more about how diet affected the body. My brother Shukul and I enrolled via correspondence in the University of Natural Health, and from our study we learned how a whole foods plant-based diet could not only treat but actually prevent many of the world's most common diseases such as heart disease, diabetes and cancer. It was incredible. Such a simple and holistic solution backed by sound research, yet largely ignored by the medical profession. We started to realize that healthcare was a business out to make profits like any other, and they could make far more money selling pharmaceuticals than simply recommending a change in diet. There is no money in healthy people or dead people. The money is in sick people, and a patient cured is a customer lost. Shukul and I became passionate about sharing this knowledge with our friends and family. We immersed ourselves in research and over time became experts in health and nutrition. Shukul quit his corporate job in Australia and moved back to New Zealand, and together we started a health consultancy called High Carb Health. We wanted to reach as many people as possible and knew that YouTube could do that. So we started our first YouTube channel, High Carb Vegans. We put out content regularly, and thanks to our presence on YouTube, people began reaching out to us from all over the world, seeking to recover from various illnesses. Our philosophy is that meaningful recovery and complete reversal of symptoms takes time, so rather than charge clients for short 1-hour sessions, which become very expensive for the client, we choose to offer more affordable packages of unlimited support. Our clients ask us questions as and when they need to. We stay in contact with them daily throughout their time with us, so we get a real understanding of their issues, and they're right there whenever they need help. Through this unique approach, we have been able to help our clients reverse conditions such as type 2 diabetes, obesity, chronic fatigue syndrome, colitis, IBS, and acne, as well as achieve overall health and sports performance. It's been 3 years now since I was struck by colitis, and you're up to date with my journey. I'm more passionate than ever to help people suffering from colitis, as I know firsthand how truly horrible it can be, and also how easily it can be reversed. It is widely accepted in the medical world that there is no cure for colitis. This channel is here to show you that not only is there a way to completely heal your colon and eliminate all symptoms, but you can do so without the need for conventional medication and surgery. So subscribe and stick with me as I tackle all the most commonly asked questions and debunk the long-held myth that colitis equals a life sentence of suffering. Thanks for watching. If you want any further advice, drop me a comment below or check out our website highcarbhealth.com to get a free 30-minute Skype consultation. And don't forget, there truly is a life after colitis.
I don't eat no meat, no dairy, no sweets, only ripe vegetables, fresh fruit and whole wheat. I'm from the old school, my household smell like soul food, bruh. Curry falafel, barbecue tofu, no fish though, no candy bars, no cigarettes, only ganja and fresh squeezed juice from oranges.